This is Ryan Elliott for Boxing Social in association with Betfred. Delighted to be joined by the White Rhino on his birthday, Dave Allen. Dave, first and foremost, happy birthday. Any big plans today?
Thank you, mate. And we've got our home amateur boxing show tonight. So, for that I train full time on there, and the rest of the lads from the gym are on. So it'll be a busy evening for me working the corner. So yeah, looking forward to it.
I'm sure you wouldn't have it any other way. Now, congratulations on the win on the weekend. You're back in action in Newcastle, second round TKO of Milan Paunov. Tough man, got rid of him, like I say, in 2 rounds, though. Nice to be back and happy with your night's work.
Well, he was tough. Even stopped once in 13 professional fights. He's got a reputation of being a very hard man. So I got rid of him in first gear, really. The first round I went out there and I hit him to the body, and he was ready for going. So I went back to the corner after the first round, and I looked at the fellow in the corner, and he looked at me, and he's not as tough as I thought, and he said, "You're just gonna have to finish it, mate." I thought I'd get 4 rounds out, but it was it was what it was, I guess. It's another win, another round and a half in the bank, and can move on to the next one. Not really much to say about it, it's out of the way, it's another one ticked off. I guess that's about it.
I saw somewhere that you're even considering fighting again within like sort of 2 to 8 weeks. How quick will we see you back?
I fight in a week on Sunday. Again, fighting in Rotherham a week on Sunday, so it's 13 days away. It's difficult for numerous reasons. I guess, the current landscape across Europe with COVID, and there's no Russian fighters coming over. They've got some good fighters over there. A lot of Europe. It's hard to get opponents at the minute, so it is a difficult one. And people are saying, "Well, you shouldn't be boxing Milan Paunavs of the world, or whatever." But when you get the other half of people saying, "Don't fight Alan Babbitt because he'll hurt you. Don't come back, he'll hurt you. Stay at a low level." So it's a bit of a catch-22. You can't please everyone. As you get older, you realise you can't please everyone. So I'm doing what I feel is best for me. So, and the opinions I take into consideration are the ones who buy tickets of me personally to come watch me fight. The rest of them, it's like you can choose to turn the telly on and watch it or not. The ones who are buying tickets, if you're not happy with it, come tell me. I'll give you a fucking refund if you're really unhappy about it, genuinely. So, but apart from the ones that are buying tickets, I'm on small halls, so the rest of them, I'm not even seeing it. So I just think, come on, I'm doing it my own way, because I did it the other way before. Jumping in with the Dylan White's, Yokers, Ortiz's of the world did me no favours. So I'm starting completely from scratch. I'm a novice, I'm a real novice again, like 2-0. Pesco fight, the Paunov fight, I see myself as 2-0 now. Another fight, 3-0, 4-0, 5-0, and then start to look at how far I'm off the British title, come the end of the summer.
We've talked about this being the new beginning, and you said it there. You feel like you're 2-0 now, going back and treating this as kind of a new start. That said, that 2 fights, but only 4 rounds realistically within about 2 years. You're back so soon. Before you even talking about going back to that British title level, is rounds just the most important thing right now?
Yeah, but again, it's difficult. I think a lot of it's just getting in the ring, being in the ring, doing the ring walk, and the fight day nerves. I'm just in the hotel the night before, away from home, weighing in. All of it plays a factor. So it's not necessarily the opposition at the moment. It's more everything that comes with it. So, and like I say, these opponents, people aren't spending lots of, like, I'm selling tickets enough to cover my opponent in my purse, most of my family and friends. So, when I fight a week on Sunday, my promoter will pay for it. No one's paying for it. So people are like saying, "Oh, Dave, we're watching this." I'm like, "Mate, you're watching it for free. We're paying for it ourselves. We're paying for it, me, and I'm paying for it myself. I'm paying to box. We're paying to box. We're paying to get these wins. And it's boxing. It's boxing." And a lot of people are like, "Well, Dave Allen's no good." All right, then. So I can fight Milan Paunov then. That's fine. But no good. That's my level. So you got so many different opinions coming from all over. And you're just like, "Oh, God, I can't please you because you think I'm better than him. You don't think I'm that good." But but so I can't fight him. So, but I don't really care, to be honest. I'm really enjoying my boxing, my training, the managing, and the other stuff I'm enjoying as well. So I'm doing it how I see best, and I think starting completely afresh and looking at the British title, I think is the best way of going about it. I could have come back and been involved in big fights already for lots of money, but I'd have got beat. And there's no fun in that. For me, it's fun. People say, "Oh, you're back for the money." I don't need the money. Don't need it. I'm quite comfortable and steady. I'm not really a extravagant man anyway, so don't necessarily need a lot. So it's not a financial thing. I want to win. I want to win the British title. I want to just keep doing what I'm doing, which is enjoying my boxing.
That's something I was going to ask you about. You've made it clear from the beginning it's not about money this time around. And if it was, I'm sure there would have been opportunities to work with Eddie, to work with Sky. They wouldn't have been short on opponents for you for more money than you're getting for being on these small hall shows. Does it feel quite liberating in a way, knowing that you don't need to do that? You don't really need to do anything. This is just what you want to do right now.
No, I don't need to. I do boxing is my thing. I train the amateurs and I manage the fighters as well. You know, it costs me money because I have to have licenses to manage and stuff like that. It costs me money to work with them, but that's my enjoyment. That's my hobby. It's not what I get paid. It's not what I make money from. I make money from outside of boxing. I don't make money from boxing. I watched Saturday night. I earned 100 times less than I got for the prize fight. But it's not about the money. I couldn't care less. I don't even see the money. It goes straight into my account that I don't even look after. So it makes no odds. Whatever money I get, I don't fucking see it anyway. So I enjoy winning. Poundov he was meant to be a tough man. I beat him easily. A level above him, right? I'll step up a level now. I don't really know where I'm at myself. A couple of years ago, I was at a decent level, but now, genuinely don't know. So we're just taking little baby steps every time. And when I said I was coming back, everyone said that's what you should do, but they get impatient. But that is why I'm doing it off the TV, and for the most part, we're financially funding it ourselves. So just so people can't have them complaints. So I will have another 3 or 4 fights, a level above Poundov, and then hopefully keep baby stepping up and up before you see me on Sky or DAZN or whatever. If I never watch on Sky or DAZN again, I was happy with my lot the first time round. This for me is for boxing now. It's not for being a big name. It's not for lining the arenas. It's not for fighting for titles. Of course that's the dream, but that's what it is. It's a dream. I'm aware I'm a million miles away. When I was in the ring Saturday, I was thinking, "Fuck me, David, you're slow today." You know what I mean? Fucking hell, David, get your head out of the way. I'm slow. I'm off it. Been out a long time, and that was pretty poor. That is what it is. I'm going to sit here and say that I'm not. I thought I was a lot further on than I was. I'm still miles off. So again, we go again week on Sunday, and we fund it ourselves, and hopefully that'll push me a little bit further on down the line to get where I'd like to get.
Dave, just on a personal level, after these last few weeks, my condolences on the passing of your nan, Betty. It's been a bit of an up and down time. Like, you had that horrid news there, but then there's also the news that you're going to be a father as well. I saw on your Instagram.
Yeah.
How do you kind of sum up the emotions of the last few weeks for you, and has it been kind of difficult to process everything?
Well, I'm passing. You never think. I don't know. It was. Milan was everything to me. She was. It was hard to. It still don't feel real. So. Yeah. So obviously having the kid, and the kid was. If you want to call her Betty as well. So. It's hard. It's just. Well, it's life, isn't it? And we have to get on with it. When Milan passed, I thought, well, I'm not going to box now till the summer. This is me. I thought if you'd have told me even 18 months ago if Milan passed away, I'd be all right. I wouldn't have believed you. I thought it'd been, back doing stuff I shouldn't be doing. But the world don't stop for nothing. So I just keep going. wasn't ideal. You know, people say, "Oh, well, he's still a bit heavy in that." Um, I'm not full time boxer anymore. You know, first of all. Secondly, I had lots of things on my plate. Thirdly, I was in good shape. I was in as good a shape as I've been for probably all my fights, apart from the Brown and a few others. So, um, well, yeah, life's hard for everyone, mate, innit? Do you know what I mean? Been a horrible couple of months, but we're all going through it at different times in our lives, or we all will. So, I'm just getting on with things now. I'm 30 today, so yeah, just yeah. I don't know. I don't really, I don't really accept it. You know, no, don't accept. I'm not ready to accept it yet. So it's one of them.
With becoming a father, Dave, has it kind of changed how you think about, maybe how long you want to fight for, or what you want to do? Has it changed your perspective on things at all?
I think I'll continue to box till probably till my next defeat. I think the next defeat will be the end. Um, Again, I don't need boxing for financial reasons and for for an ego reason. I don't box to be the white rhino for people to ask. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. You know, I try to leave the house as little as I can outside of the gym and when I have to. Um, Financially, I don't need to box. You know, I box because I love it and I want to see if I can eke a British title out, which I always thought I could. You know, my granddad's still here. I would like to fight for it. I would like to box for the British title. You know, that is, of course, I'd love to win it. When I got in the ring, I'd give it 100%. But I would love to have the opportunity to compete for the British Heavyweight Championship. That would be everything to me. So yeah, the next loss will be the end though. Yeah, I'm not sure what's left. You know, being completely honest, I could sit here and lie to you. You know, before Saturday, I was really confident. I've seen fucking hell, got myself in good shape, been doing a lot of running, feeling good. After Saturday, mate, I felt slow. You know, did feel slow. Didn't feel. I don't feel like my punch distance has gone or anything like that. I just felt slow. Felt sluggish. And I just thought, Phew, this is going to be a long road back. You know, been out there when you've been out the ring for years, and you know you're retired, and you got a kid on the way. You know, you are comfortable in life. It is difficult. So, but I love it. I do genuinely love the boxing, and I genuinely do want to see what I can get out of myself. So I said I'll take it fight by fight, and I am. You know, if the next two or three fights are the same as Saturday, probably won't take that step up. Probably will just say, you know what, I had a good run. That'll do me. So it's fight by fight, and after Saturday, I'm just gonna have the next one and see how we go. Yeah. So I'm not making a big deal out of it. I don't even share the posts from fights I'm saying I'm boxing because I'm just like, look, I just want to get on with it on the quiet, really. You know, I just want to get on with it, have the bouts, and just like I start feeling good. Then we'll go to Sky and Zone and we'll have a go. But until then, I'm trying to keep it on the hush hush. I'm just trying to get the fights and see what's left and see if just see what's left first of all. Never mind improving on what was there before, because I've still got to improve on when I wasn't at my best before. If I want to beat the Wardleys and the Gormans of the world, I'm still going to be improving from when I was at my best before. So yeah, you know, there's a lot of positivity out there. There's some negativity. I'll take it all in. I'll take it all on board. And there's lots of truth in both. So yeah, I'm just trying my best. You know, I'm not saying anything other than I'm just trying my best, and we'll see where we end up.
Found it interesting you mentioned Fabio Wardley and Nathan Gorman. Well, you're kind of waiting to see if and when you come up to that British title dream of yours. They're talking about fighting each other if that belt does become available, like we expect. What do you make of that as a fight?
I think it's a tremendous fight. I think they're both really good fighters. Both very different. Nathan's very well schooled. Um, Nathan's a very good boxer. You know, he's what I would call just a pure boxer through and through. Good jab, you know, good fundamental skills. You know, he's good feet. He's good at everything. He's just good at everything, but he's not the athlete like Fabio is. Whereas Fabio fundamentally for me isn't the best. He makes lots of mistakes, but he gets away with them because he's such a great athlete. So the fight for me is an interesting mesh of styles, and it's worthy of the British Championship. I think two very good fighters. The winner goes on to European level, and the loser, I guess, stays around British title level because it's a matchup between two good fighters. The loser still has the ability to go beyond British title level. But I would like to see. I would make Nathan a favourite. I think with his boxing skills and his experience, and Nathan didn't have the most amateur experience, but still more boxing experience than Fabio's had. So I would edge towards Nathan, but a fight I'd be interested in watching, for definite. And if that fight happens in a couple of months' time, and I've had a few bouts in the meantime, I'm at the top of my game. I would fancy the winner. Yeah, I would fancy the winner. Nathan's a great friend of mine, but the winner of that, I believe at my best if I can get back there and eke a little bit of improvement out. I think that'd be a brilliant British title fight, me against the winner. So yeah, I'd like that.
Couple more fights I want to get your thoughts on before I let you go, Dave. Eddie Hearn's been out this morning saying that he now thinks it will be Usyk-Joshua 2 next. I think Usyk's had clearance to be able to leave Ukraine to train for the rematch. Repeat or revenge, and what can Anthony Joshua do differently?
Well, I think we'll see a repeat. I think we'll see a Usyk win. I think we'll see a stoppage win this time. I think Usyk's just too good for him. I think he's beaten 10 times out of 10. Stylistically, it's all wrong for him. I think Anthony Joshua going with Angel Fernandez for me. I don't know. Not sure. Never met the fella. Seen bits of the work they do, and I just think Anthony's a smart man. He's a smart fella. But for me, boxing's all about experience, and that's the same with boxing. Is working with your trainers. You want an experienced man in your corner. So I think probably leaving Rob was probably a good move, but not to just then go to a fellow that was in your team when you lost the first time anyway. I'm not sure really how much change has been made there, because I'm not really sure how much input Rob had the first time round, to be honest. So I don't know. I don't think Anthony can rough Usyk. All that people are saying is use your size. Anthony's not the physically strongest man in the world. That's not his thing. He's sharp, he's fast, he's powerful, he's fit. But he's not as sharp or as fit or as good a mover as Alexander. And I think if he rushes him, he'll get stopped early. You don't rush Alexander Usyk. Like, I could give you a game plan that I think would give Alexander Usyk all the problems in the world. Anthony Joshua cannot do what is necessary in my eyes. He couldn't implement that game plan to do it. To beat Alexander Usyk, you must frustrate him. You must play him at his own game. The only man that can beat him for me is Tyson Fury, because he can do what needs to be done. I sparred Alexander. I sparred 20 rounds with him. And when they asked me to be like Derek Chisora, it was the hardest sparring in the world. When I tried to frustrate him, when I moved, when I fainted, when I fainted, ran away, and then I came back in, held him, frustrated him, talked to him, blowed him kisses. Don't like that. That's how you try and beat someone like that. I don't have the physical capabilities to do that. I might do for a round or two with an egg guard on and changing sparring partners, but not for 12. I don't. Tyson Fury does. Anthony Joshua doesn't. So I don't think Anthony Joshua would ever beat Alexander Usyk. But that's boxing and that's styles. Styles make fights, as they always say. And the older I get, the truer that becomes. So I just don't think you would ever beat him.
With that sparring with Alexander Usyk, you mentioned he did about 20 or so rounds, and you talked about what would be effective against him. But when you're in the ring with him, we can all appreciate him from an outside perspective. What surprised you most about being there with him in terms of his ability?
I wouldn't say anything surprised me, because I was expecting Superman. I think what surprised me, I wouldn't say anything surprised me, but what impressed me the most was nothing worked twice. I had lots of success with him. Because there was other sparring partners there, and he was doing 12, 15 rounds. I'm doing 3 or 4. That definitely helped. Big gloves, big head guards, again, definitely helped. He's a sharp puncher. But I think Nothing worked twice. I had success. I had more success than you would envisage, as a fan, because it was sparring again. I remember landing the right uppercut one day, up close, got up close, turned my shoulder, threw the uppercut straight in the middle of the guard, head went flying up. 30 seconds later, and then worked my way back inside, go for it again. No, that is not working. I landed a nice right hand to the body with him. Tried it again 20 seconds later. Nope. Nothing works twice with him. He's that clever. He'll work you out like that. Anything that I would land against him, I would never land it again. That was the number one thing that impressed me the most. When I spar or fight fighters, other fighters, any other fighter really, if it works, it will work and work again. I always say to the lads that I train, when they hit someone with a shot, I say, look, it's going to work every time. Because this kid, he's not very good or he's novice or whatever. All is under Usyk, you're not doing nothing to that man twice. Nothing. So basically, whatever you do to him needs to be a game finisher, because it's going to be a game ender, because if not, it ain't going to work again. So that's what impressed me the most with him. He wasn't as physically strong as you would think. But he's just super clever. And he's such a hard worker as well. Not that it surprised me, but his sessions were incredibly long and arduous, and his work ethic was as impressive as anyone's that I've seen.
Last one before I let you go, Dave. There's rumours going around that it'll now be Joe Joyce against Joseph Parker in Wembley. Frank Warren's looking to put that fight on. If that fight does get made, who wins and how? What do you make of it as a matchup?
I think it's a brilliant fight. I think to beat Joe, I think any heavyweight in the world's probably got 3 or 4 rounds to beat him. And that doesn't mean that you win in the first 3 or 4 rounds, but that means you do the requisite stuff to do that. Anthony Joshua watched you in the amateurs 2010, I think, and he stopped turning around. I watched him spar a lot over the years, and he was always wary of him. You got to hurt Joe, and you got to do it early. If you don't stop him, you got to take him out off the tracks early, because if not, he'll be non-stop. I don't think Parker has the powers to do that. I think Joe Joyce will beat him on points. Parker's super tough. He's very clever. I've just seen him getting outworked by Joe over 12. I think it'll be close. So I expect Joe Parker to win the early rounds, but I think Joe Joyce will take over after 4 or 5 and take it down the stretch. So 2 very, very good fighters, though. 2 very, very good fighters. Very, very different in style, size, and everything. But I'd go for Joe Joyce on points. Yeah.
Right, well, Dave, thank you for taking the time to speak to me on your birthday, no less. A pleasure as always, and enjoy the show tonight.
Thank you very much, mate. Thank you.